Hi, welcome to the Whitey the White Guy Show. I'm Whitey, and on this channel we do movie reviews, video game reviews. I'm going to talk about the film Cowboys and Aliens that came out in 2011, and it's getting more of a rant because this is a film that is confounding and frustrating and so forth. Directed by John Favreau, Cowboys and Aliens. It stars. Oh, geez, I should pull shit up and look at the names. The guy who plays James Bond, is in it. Just a whole slew. Clancy Brown's in this. Harrison Ford. And so what you have, it's the Old West and film the blank generic Old West town. And the guy who plays James Bond, whose name I got it on my phone, I'm sure. He plays a guy named Lanigan. Jake Lanigan. He's a notorious outlaw, and he's very quick with the reflexes and tough to take down. And he's got amnesia, of course. Got to have somebody with amnesia. And he comes rolling into town. He doesn't know who he is, don't know where he's been. As he gets into town, there's this kid named Percy. And this is where the film kind of gets bogged down. Percy's the spoiled brat son of Harrison Ford, who plays Colonel Fuckaduck, and who is a famous Civil War colonel who now is a cattle baron of sorts. Then there's Adam Beach, who plays Nat, who's the native, like an Apache kid that was adopted at some point by the colonel, or is just a hand, but has like a father-son relationship with the colonel. So Adam Beach is a very well-disciplined, respectable kid, but he's not the colonel's son. And then the colonel's son, played by Johnny, I forget his name, is actually a very good actor, Paul somebody, is a spoiled brat. Spoiled brat trying to intimidate Jake Lonigan goes, "Oh yeah, bang!" Fires a shot and accidentally hits a deputy, not knowing he was there. One of the Carradines, Humana Carradine, a famous actor, is the sheriff of the town. He arrests the spoiled brat plus Jake Lonigan. And then the pretty lady who's there is there. Then all these plot points and themes get put together. Aliens attack, kidnap a bunch of people from the town. A bunch of the people go after the aliens to go find their family members who got taken away, shoot them up, and then they run in. Walton Goggins shows up with some bad guys, some desperados, and they get kind of pulled into the whole let's go save everybody thing because James Bond has this thing on his wrist that's like a weapon when he shoots the alien spaceship, and it's the only weapon they have that's effective because when they fire their rifles and pistols, it goes pink, pink, pink off the alien spaceships. Doesn't seem to do a lot of good, so Harrison Ford is like, I need that weapon. Then they run into the Apaches, and Adam Beach speaks Apache. Turns out the pretty lady's actually an alien from another planet who's here to help the humans defeat the aliens that took their family so they don't get destroyed like her planet did and her people. And then they save everybody except for everybody who died. Cowboys and Aliens. John Favreau. This is a frustrating film because it looks good. A lot of the effects are really well done. The old-timey Western aspects look authentic and well put together. It's got a great cast. Walton Goggins, Harrison Ford, Adam Beach, Clancy Brown, bunch of other people's names I'm forgetting right now, but they're good actors giving good performances. But yeah, all the objective elements there are really good. How to film a film, how to get a good performance. It's all done technically very well. The story is a mess. They're trying to throw like Harrison Ford is a cranky old man. In a way, he's gonna end up being a hero not the hero, but a hero in this story. But he's wholly unlikable. His son is wholly unlikable. Um, Jake Jake Lonergan. What is this guy's name? James Bond. I can't believe I'm blanking on Home Slice's name. James Bond is really likable. The alien lady is pretty as all get out. She's, that's there. Clancy Brown's always. I love Clancy Brown so much. This dude is awesome. Um, but you spend too much time with the wrong people, and that's kind of the problem with this film. Is it's like you spend a lot of time with cranky old Harrison Ford, and it's like, why can't he be young, fun Star Wars Harrison Ford? Nope, cranky old Harrison Ford. And it's like, but it's Harrison Ford. Don't you like Harrison Ford? I sure do. Han Solo Harrison Ford, he was a lot of fun. And, other guy? The cowboy hat. I'm blanking on names. So Daniel Craig plays Jake Lonergan. He's your lead. Olivia Wilde plays Ella Swenson. It turns out to be the alien. Spoilers. Though you see that coming from where it goes. She's out of place the whole time. She doesn't have any family members there. She's always just wandering around and no visible income. So that's no shocker. But she's gorgeous and a lot of fun. Harrison Ford is there. Sam Rockwell plays this is one of where this needs to be like a TV series. That's the inherent flaw. It doesn't have the structured tone and pacing of a hour and a half long film. It's like all these characters need a world of backstory, and it's clogged up with too much of that. So the Sam Rockwell character who plays Doc, despite being called Doc, he runs the bar. Nobody respects him, and he can't shoot. But then Clancy Brown shows him how to shoot, so of course he's going to save the day at the end, and you're like, oh my god, did I see that coming? And that's a problem that the film has. Let's make reference to some classic themes, and then the whole movie's borrowed shit from other movies. That's the problem. Paul Dano plays Percy, and the name of Harrison Ford is Dollarhide. Like, that's Dollarhide. Dollarhyd, Dollarhide. And he's a cattle guy. That's too clever that isn't clever. And so you're either going to be a bit clever, a la Indiana Jones, with a little bit of tongue in cheek, or you're going to be very dead sincere. And this film, and so much of it, with the performances by everybody, but especially like Harrison Ford and Daniel Craig, it's very, very dour, serious, in your face. And then when his last name is Dollarhide and he's a cattle guy, and you're like, no, not in this film, bro. Like, put that in a comedy somewhere. But I mean, this is a great cast. Again, Olivia Wilde, Daniel Craig, Harrison Ford, Sam Rockwell, Paul Dano, Adam Beach, Noah Ringer, who plays the young boy. I've never heard of him prior to this. Again, Clancy Brown, Keith Carradine plays the sheriff, Walton Goggins, and then a bunch of females who I don't know. Huh. But I mean the Cowboys look great as Cowboys, but then when the Apaches show up, it's just like nothing. Part of the problem too is like, okay, if you just want to see Cowboys and aliens, there's a bunch of aliens, then the aliens look fine and the spaceships look fine. They don't do anything unique with it, and so the whole premise is the aliens are basically coal miners in effect, only they're going for gold and they're abducting humans. And plot? Why? So there's a non-specific amount of aliens on like a spaceship that looks just like a concrete tower or something. And so they have to go there because that's where their loved ones have been captured and held. And Jake Lonergan at one point was captured by the aliens, but then he managed to escape. They're in like a coma of sorts. So you have the townsfolk, you have Jake Lonergan, you have his gang, you have Dollarhide and his employees, basically. Then the Apaches, and it's just like too much so much exposition and backstory, and there's parts of this that are great. Paul Dano, I like him a lot, but he plays a sniveling idiot, and so much film time is dedicated to him and Harrison Ford, and I'm just like, you guys aren't enduring. You're annoying, and this sucks. Then Daniel Craig shows up, and I'm like, but I like Daniel Craig. This guy is cool. Clancy Brown is great. Sam Rockwell is one of my favorites. Everybody I just named is. Adam Beach is great, but what they're doing with them sucks. And then they just keep throwing shit at you. It's like, get to where you're going. And it's just like, okay, let's take 2 steps. It's another slipped on a banana peel of a story theme, and we gotta deal with this shit now. And it's like, just get to where you're going. Just get to where you're going. I don't need any more character development exposition. So it's just, and then at one point there's like a big old boat with the thing that goes in the back, and you go and you gamble, and the guy's got the little pistola, and it's upside down because the aliens. So they hang out that, and it's like visually that looks really cool, but what's happening in terms of story is dumb. So the Dollarhide guys, his hired hands, chicken out and leave, and so it's like the last handful of people. We got to go save our kid, and it's like with like 8 guys. So of course that's when the Apaches show up, but that's not enough. So then Jake Lonergan goes to get the bad guys that tried to rob him earlier with Alton Goggins and his crew. And it's just like, so you couldn't just make this a little more straightforward, where it's like a bunch of cowboys fight a bunch of aliens, and you got your first act, and then trial and error, and then you wrap it all up in the third. No, there has to be a small mountain of social commentary and victimology, and poor Sam Rockwell, nobody respects him. And it's just like, you pick 1 or 2 themes and fucking get me where I'm going. But don't keep stacking on. Everybody's a poor, sad victim. And it's just like, ugh. And then the Apache. So the whole game plan is you finally get everybody together. You're going to go stop the aliens before they take over your planet. And then what they do is they send all the white guys out there from the banditos, the steal them up white guys, and they're running around. They're getting slaughtered left and right. And there was like 20 of them when they started, and then 20 of them got killed. But now there's like 20 more, and people just enough guys come out here so the main characters can run around and do what they're doing. But it's like everybody should have been dead 15 minutes ago because you're getting your asses stomped by these aliens. And then Jake Lonergan's got the thing on his rim. He's like pew, pew, shooting the bad guys. And then some of them bad guys have that thing and some don't. And unless I'm missing something somewhere, you got this from the aliens when he was captured by the aliens and managed to escape. So why don't they all have that? And if they all have that, what's the point of you got 1 and there's 50 of them, so they got 50? Huh? And then if that's the equivalent of, like, say, a 38, and then their spaceships are the equivalent of my Ford, what's that 38 going to do to my Ford? But no, it blows them out of the sky? I don't know. It's alien technology. You just do whatever you want. But, so you send in the white guys, they get slaughtered. Then the Apaches have to be the hero because of political correctness. So the Apaches come rolling in and they shoot them with the bows and arrows. But that's going to do more than the guns. So the aliens are like, you got me, a bow and arrow. And it's just like, I know it's an aliens film, but seriously, physics just got taken in the butt. Like, huh? Why? And then wouldn't you, if the Colonel dude, it's so important he's a colonel. They mention it every other paragraph because he's going to use his military expertise to help save the day. But then Jake Lonergan's the quarterback that's going to run in the touchdown. And so why not set up your shooters on a defilade position, send the Apache warriors scrambling around to cause chaos. The aliens come out to fight the Apaches. There's, running around chasey, the thing they kind of do well with the horses and the quickness. But then have your shooters 200 yards back on a defilade position taking out the aliens. And so the Apaches, they go in, you attack the aliens come out, then you come around, you hug around. As the aliens are coming through, you bring them across the front of your shooters, and your shooters pick off the aliens, which is what you would do. Instead, you put the cart before the horse because of political correctness, so it has to be the Apaches that save the day and the white guys get slaughtered and not the inverse because of political correctness, because Jon Favreau's a pussy. And so your movie's awful. So there's it's a good idea on paper that had some great visuals, some great actors, some good performances. There's some wow, that looked pretty good. I like that. Oh, and then he dropped the matches when he was trying to, but he had this. Okay, it's pretty okay. I've seen it done 18 or 15 times, but and then you go shit in your hat and wear the hat. This is an annoying as fuck movie that it was a blown opportunity. So, Hollywood, take your political correctness and your agenda and shove it up your asshole and die from it, so that people who want to just make an entertaining film can, and it's entertaining. And I don't have to do a shit like this anymore. But, Walton Goggins is a great actor, and you used him as asswipe. Sam Rockwell is a great actor, and he did nothing with him. Clancy Brown, you had it. You went to Vegas, you played your hand, you won your hand, and then you doubled down and played a second hand and lost it all because of political correctness, you fuckbag of a movie. Goddamn Apaches. So yeah, that's it. It's so annoying. There are some redeeming components. It's flip a coin. If you haven't seen Cowboys and Aliens, watch this movie or don't. It's not so incredibly awful, but it's so damn annoying. It's just there's good parts and there's bad parts. There's good ideas and there's bad ideas, and the bad ideas are just why? So, but there's still good parts there. Flip a coin, watch it or don't. Cowboys and Aliens. There's a reason why this movie wasn't a big smashing success, but it could have been. But it wasn't. But it could have been. But you didn't. So, yeah. I'm going to go back to my day and try to drink this one off. Like, subscribe, bell notification for the thing. Cheers.